All right, we're on. So hello and welcome, guys, and thanks for being here. This is an exciting hangout we have planned for this evening, and I'm really excited to have our guest speaker here with us, who's a guy that really needs no introduction with the reputation he has formed in the world of Team Beachbody. He's one of the people who was primarily responsible for introducing me to what Team Beachbody coaching was all about, and we've had a lot of heart-to-heart discussions through the years. Really trying to identify the best ways to continue growing this team and this company and the initiatives for the future, not only here in the U.S. but globally as well. So it's very exciting to have Bob Lucido as, call it, part of our organization. And just to give you an understanding of how our team is built, Bob, who became a Beachbody coach nearly 5 years ago, formed Team Bearcat. So Team Bearcat is, call it, the parent organization for Team Euphoria. And Bob, I'll let Bob will tell his story, and then we'll jump into the meat and potatoes of what we want to present tonight. But the purpose for inviting Bob to speak this evening and kind of take a detour from our normal fourth hangout in Coach Basics is because of the time of the year that we're in. And it's also because of some of the conversations that I've had with several coaches on our team regarding some frustration with, wow, I feel like I'm doing all the right things, but I'm not getting a lot of people to respond to my invitations or to express interest in the programs and products that we represent. That is not abnormal for this time of year. And I thought it would be a great idea to have Bob here this evening to share with us his experience through the years with this typical cycle and what happens during this time of year, and what we should all be doing as coaches now to prepare for the wave that's about to hit. And it's a guarantee that this wave is coming. It happens every year. And the thing that I love about Team Beachbody is, again, I go back to the health club world, which is where I'm from. It's the same thing in the health club world. What are we doing now? We're preparing for the January wave. We're preparing our marketing. We're preparing the messages we're going to put out to the community to engage them in our services and our programs. It's the same thing with Beachbody coaching. You want to be preparing now and doing the right things now so that come January, you're blowing through Success Club. You are loading your business with a slew of new customers and potential coaches that will carry you through the growth of the rest of the year. It's that important. So without further hesitation, what I thought I'd do is introduce Bob and let him kind of go into his experience, his history with this time of year and what we should all be doing and what we can expect to see happen in January. And then from there, we can open it up to some Q&A and open discussion. You guys can share some ideas. You can, come forward with your thoughts, your thinking, what's bothering you, what's working for you, and let's really make this a memorable meeting tonight. So, Bob, over to you, man. I can't thank you enough for the journey that you put me on almost 3 years ago. My business has continued to flourish, and it's kind of like, okay, here we are again, approaching the holidays. What should everybody be doing, man? Over to you.
Great. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me again. I always love coming over and joining you, Don, and meeting with your team. I won't go into the big, huge, long story of my own personal story. Hopefully most of you guys already kind of know a little bit of the history of our team. But let me just say that, as Don said, this will be my 5th time around the cycle here as a Beachbody coach. And beyond my own personal success that I've been able to find in the business, which has been phenomenal, more importantly, and I think more telling, in order to really be able to talk about what any kind of trends are that happen at this time of the year, is the fact that we've seen amazing growth and amazing success through a lot of coaches on our team. We now have almost 10 people who are on that 5-star plus diamond wall, elite level coaches, which is just amazing. There's only about 100, maybe 125 in the whole company, and our team has almost 10 people in that group. We're at almost 300 for diamonds and above. And that's what I see as the real teller of success. It's not enough if just I had success. It's not enough if there's just one person in the team having great success. But the fact that we have numerous six-figure earners and a couple people already in the Millionaire Club, and we have got our third and fourth coaches who will be hitting that Millionaire Club for sure. By maybe even let's say 2, 3, 4, maybe even a fifth that will make it by Summit, which is just amazing stuff. And one of the things that we've noticed year after year is the cycles that happen through the seasons. And one thing that we've always done on this team, and I think it's a real reason why we've had such great success, is recognizing the ups and downs come in our business and then putting together a plan for what to do during those ups and downs and how to predict what that's going to do for your business. So that being said, we're coming into the holiday season. This is a quote unquote slow time. It just is. So that's just the way it is. And I'm going to talk about the customer placement program, the Success Club, quality lead program, and some of the other qualification programs as we go through, because one of the things that happen is all of those programs spike January, February, March, all the way through into the end of May. You see this amazing spike that happens. Then it kind of levels off when you get into June. We usually get a little bump after Summit because, corporate brings out some big, huge, amazing thing, a new Shakeology flavor or some new program or something that helps give us a little bump to ride through the summer. But you do sort of get that bit of a flat line that goes on. So you always have to ride that ride that you know is going to plateau at some point in the year. And the best way to do that is to force yourself to be super active right now. Be super active during the quote unquote slow time. And I always actually like to chuckle because this actually is the time of the year where I see some of the most growth in my business. And it's because I try to take advantage of the fact that although it's a slow time, it's also a very easy time to get around people. So you might have to talk to more people to get the same kinds of results that you're going to get in January, February, or March, but you happen to be in situations where you can be around more people. And I suggest that you seek those out. Don't avoid holiday parties. Go to every single one that you can. Be the person who shows up with Shakeology balls or the Shakeology pie or the calendar thing of the recipes. On the back, there's all kinds of really cool food kinds of treat recipes. So, don't show up with a pumpkin pie. Don't show up with chocolate chip cookies. Show up with something that's going to make people say, what the heck is that? Oh, man, that's really yummy. And then you get to tell them why it's good for them and so on and so forth. I'm not saying go to every party and set up a Shakeology stand, but have a plan. Have a design of how you can weave that stuff in. I love to give Beachbody products as presents. And that's another thing to do during the year. During this time of year. Not only sort of putting it out there and educating your customers that these could be great gift ideas, but using them yourself as great gift ideas. There's no better way to help that friend, relative, cousin, neighbor who's been saying, oh, I'd really do that if I could just put out the $60 for it. Buy the person again, give it to them as a gift and, get them started. Welcome them into one of your challenge groups as a way to kind of kickstart. Those are just a couple of ideas, but what you want to do is make sure that you're thinking out of the box, getting active in that sense. It's a great time to do shake and shares, home parties, have a holiday home party shake and share. Don't be shy at this time of the year. In fact, go the extra mile to push yourself a little bit further to get more exposures. And while you're doing that, really, really focus on new coaches at this time of the year. And the reason for that is that as you bring in new people now, you give them an opportunity to actually get set up and be ready. And when I'm doing my recruiting conversations right now with people, I'm telling them that. I'm saying now is the time to get in. Don't get in January, because it's going to take you a month or two to get yourself up and running, and then you miss the wave. If you were a superstar surfer and you heard there was a big hurricane coming somewhere and they're going to have the biggest waves ever coming in, guess what? Those guys are there a week or two before. They're getting ready for that thing to come in. Same thing here. If you know the wave is coming, you have to prepare now to get ahead of that. And so you want to be telling your recruits that too. And if you've talked to people who, maybe in the last month or a couple of months ago were a maybe and they were kind of cold, now is a really, really good time to get in touch with them and talk to them again about coming in so that they can go ahead and be prepared. And again, using the holiday gift idea, great way for somebody to come in, buy a challenge pack, and they can give it away to somebody as a gift, get their business for free, and get themselves going. So you got the general idea. Amp up the activity is what I'm talking about. Yeah. But now I want to jump into some specifics about why, how, and what your goals are. If you're an existing coach, I know there's a couple of different levels of coaches in the meeting here. So actually, let me back up. If you're a brand new coach, you don't yet have a solid business going yet, then your focus is going to be on retail. In the beginning, we earn our money through retail because those 25% commissions start to pay you right away. Team cycle bonuses don't show up until later. But once they do show up, team cycle bonus becomes your primary. So we really have two sets of coaches who are new, who are going to be going after that initial retail to get started, coaches who have been around a little while and may already have some personally sponsored coaches. You're going to be going after team cycle bonus money. And I'm going to break down how each of those are going to do that. So in our first category, new coaches. For new coaches, we still have a month and a half left. Make it your goal to be diamond by the end of the year. It's not unusual on our team for somebody to come in brand new today and go diamond within 45 days. That's completely doable, even if you just joined this morning. So those of you who maybe already have a couple coaches, who've already going, make that a very realistic goal, because that's going to help bring in some of the quantum mass that you need to start getting going. That's number one in terms of setting yourself a goal. More importantly, make sure that you're qualifying for the programs. And by the programs, I mean the coach placement program and the Success Club lead program. The coach placement program too, but that doesn't really kick in until diamond. So make that goal out there to hit diamond, and then you'll jump into that one. But first and foremost, you need to be emerald by the end of the year. You absolutely need to be emerald. You need to be qualified for that customer placement program. You also need to hit Success Club. You have to start learning how to hit Success Club. Got a couple weeks left in November. Can still do it in November. Definitely in December. You want to be. December is the month of the year to be qualified for Success Club. Why? Here's why. Right now, as Don was just talking about, if you're in that customer lead program, you're seeing like one a week, right? There's not very many coming through. It's a slow time of year. Here's what happens every single year in January. It skyrockets up to now all of a sudden you're seeing 4 to 6 new customers per week through the customer placement program. If you're a brand new coach, and you're getting 4 to 6 new customers every week through January, February, March, into April, then it kind of starts slowing down a little bit. That's 4 solid months of collecting some free customers to come in and help boost up your business. If you are also qualified for Success Club in December, then you're going to get a handful of the high quality leads. And these are people who have already purchased a 90 HD order. So they're on Shakeology HD, or they got a challenge pack on their own, or whatever they did, and they became your customer. So that's a big hit customer. And again, you're going to see a spike in those. But if you're not in Success Club in December, you don't get them in January. So you miss all those. And if you're kind of taking the slump through the holidays, and you take your eye off the ball through New Year's, and you don't hit it in January, then you're going to miss February's as well. So that's why it's so important to get that role now. Success Club and Emerald. If you're a brand new coach, those are your 2 big, huge goals to prepare yourself for going into the new year, because that means right away in January, right when all that manna starts falling from the heavens, you're going to be there with your basket. If you didn't make Emerald yet and you didn't make Success Club, you're going to be sitting on the sidelines watching all that go by for the whole month of January. Now, you might be able to come into the party by February, but that's a lot that you just missed. So in terms of really catching the potential for growth of your business, that's where you want to be. And I suggest that you share that with your prospects too. I'm sharing that with my prospects right now. You've got a golden opportunity. If you sign with me this month, we can get you set up. You've got a whole full month where I can show you how to get into Success Club. I can show you how to get to Emerald. I can have you qualified for the customer placement program and the quality HD customer leads right away on January 1st when the boom hits. Then now you know how to do it, so you don't have to learn. Don't sign up. And a lot of people are going to say, talk to me after the new year. And to those people, and this might sound harsh, I literally say, I probably won't have time to come back to you then, and it's going to be kind of too late. So I really need to focus on the people who are ready to get ready now, because I know that people who sign up in January, they're not going to learn how to be in Success Club until maybe February, maybe March. And it's not that they can't do the business. Of course, you can come in any time of the year, but they're going to miss that wave. And I really want my prospects to understand how important that is. It's completely different if you get to May and you've got 50 customers that came through the customer program and the Success Club lead program than if you finally got yourself going in February or March and you got this little trickle. It's a very, very, very different business that you're going to see.
Guys, on that that message that Bob's given us regarding the importance of getting new coaches signed up now with the prospect that you're going to have all this potential business in January come your way. Getting new coaches signed up now, I know for some of the newer coaches, that's a challenging thing to do. You're not really quite sure how to present the business opportunity. So we are going to have a team coach opportunity presentation that we'll do in early December. I'm putting together the marketing flyer now, and we will have the coach opportunity webinar that you can invite prospects to understand how exciting this time of year is and why they want to sign up as a coach now with our organization. So that's coming, just so you know. Okay, back to you, Bob.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And I definitely recommend everybody on this call take advantage of that. Let Don and whoever else is going to be doing that presentation help your prospects understand how important that is. All right, so then let me move into the second group of people. And the second group of people are coaches who already have a little bit of a downline. Even if you just Emerald, yay, you've got a couple people. If you're Diamond, you got a few more people. And if you're a higher level coach, then you've got a real organization. So what do you want to do right now? you want to make sure that you build an Emerald City in your organization. You want to be focused on every coach that you can get in touch with in your downline. It doesn't matter if they're personally sponsored or not. If they're in your downline and they have any interest in this business at all, and I would be reaching out to your entire downline. Go in the online office, go into graphical genealogy, and it doesn't matter. If they're under you, then they're in your organization, personally sponsored or not. First of all, if you have any emeralds who have lost their status for some reason, you want to reach out to them and help them turn that back on. And then you want to be reaching out with as many coaches as you can to get to Emerald. And you also want to be reaching out and working with as many people as you can in your downline who are interested and help them get to Success Club. Here's why. When that boom hits in January and the customers, and this is what happens, Beachbody goes and we spike up to 50, 60,000 new customers a week coming in during that boom. They're all going to all of the emeralds and all of the Success Club lead wheels. So if you only have one or two emeralds in your business, then you've got one or two doorways to get those customers. If between now and the end of the year, you can create more emeralds in your business, and I'm not even focused on diamonds now, more emeralds in your business, more Success Club qualifiers in your business, they all become a portal for new customers. So if right now emeralds are seeing one or two new customers a week through that placement program, but through January, February, March, and April, they're going to see 4, 5, or 6 new customers a week. If you have 10 emeralds in your organization, that's 40, 50, 60 new customers coming into your organization. And here's the fun part. You're going to teach your coaches to do that because it's going to benefit them. They're going to get the 25% commission, retail commission, but you're going to get the benefit of all that new volume to push your team cycle volume income. That's the income you want to chase. If you're in this business for long term, you want to learn how to build team cycle bonus income. 97% of my paycheck every week, at least, it might be 99% now, I don't know, is team cycle bonus money. That's where, or matching bonus money, which is a whole nother thing, but it's not retail commissions, I can tell you that. And the way that you boost that is paying it forward, teaching your coaches the benefit of getting to Emerald as soon as possible, especially this time of year. Because again, when you get to January and those customer placement program and the Success Club lead program fill up because of all these brand new customers coming from the woodwork, you're only going to benefit if you have those portals open, which are active emeralds in your business and active Success Club qualifiers. You got now so that the portals will be open for you in January. That is important for boosting. And I see this happen year after year after year. Coaches come in and they sort of ride a steady income through the fall into the beginning of it, and then everybody takes a bump in January, and you ride that, keeps going up until about maybe the beginning of June, kind of levels off. We get a couple little spikes in the summertime, then you come back into the fall. You've got that, we see that same cycle. So this is the way our businesses go, is they go up for that first quarter and a half of the year, and then you stay. You don't come back down. You go up, and then you just kind of flatline, and then next year you're going to go up, and then flatline, and then go up, and you get this little inchworm growth that happens, and you see it happen year after year. It's so predictable. It's funny. Now is the time, though, that you have to get set up in order to take advantage of that. And again, I can't stress how important those silly little emerald portals are. In my right now, I will take an enormous jump in January, not so much because of what I'm going to do, but because I have, I don't know, maybe 1,000 or more emeralds in my business. So if every emerald out there is getting 5 or 6 new 5 or 6 new customers just from the customer placement program, my organization's catching 5 or 6,000 of those a week. So the question to you is, how many of the 50 to 60,000 a week that Beachbody's bringing in is your organization going to catch? The number that your organization is going to catch is directly related to the number of emeralds you have in your business, not diamonds, emeralds, and Success Club qualifiers. Those are the portals for those customers to come into your organization. That's what puts volume into your business, that pushes the team cycle volume bonus. So that is all. It doesn't even have anything to do with the fact that also what you're going to experience in January, February, March, and April is that your own retail sales, your own challenge pack sales is going to go up as well. I'm saying, let's just say that's a given. Make sure that you understand this other side of things going on in your business as well. It's easy to see when your own customer base is growing because you're having an easier time talking to people in January and February. It's easy to see your challenge pack sales going up because of who you're talking to. But you also want to make sure you're aware of what's going on in your organization that's driving the potential for bonuses for you. Because as I said, ultimately, you're going to want to learn how to drive team cycle bonus income. That's the thing to learn how to do in this business. So I know I just thought a lot there, Don. I'll pause for a minute if there's questions or if you want to direct any further clarity on any of that or any
No, it's great. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm even like, wow, you think of it in such a different way with respect to leveraging all that customer volume that's going to come flooding into the network come January. And it's also the time of year when Beachbody as a corporation is ramping up their infomercial advertising. I mean, they're smart. They know that this is when people are turning to health and fitness. And so what do? They put it in front of the millions of Americans to say, all right, game on, here's the programs. And let's talk a little bit about how smart they were this year with the timing of the release of both Insanity Max 30. That's going to release in the first week of December. So talk about holiday gifts. I mean, it's like, okay, they really have positioned that in a great way so that all of our businesses can leverage that. And then come February, the first week of February, they're going to launch the 21-Day Fix Extreme. So they've really just positioned 2 major spikes in addition to January to put this thing over the edge.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, Don, that's a good point too that I forgot to raise, but I did want to raise. Now is the time for a 21-day challenge group. Knowing that now, December and January, you want to be pushing 21-day fix so that you have a whole crop of people hungry for 21-day fix extreme when it does come out in February. I mean, there's already a big group. 21-day fix was the single best-selling program we have ever put out. It was a shock to everybody. It blew away, any numbers of any of the P90X programs in the beginning, any of the numbers that Insanity programs ever did in the beginning. And that's why they've positioned it for the extreme version to come out February 1st, because actually the way the New Year's spike works, everybody thinks January's the month. It's really not.
Right.
You get a spike in January, and then February, it just seems to really skyrocket because everybody made their New Year's resolutions, and then they're like, yeah, all right, but I got a couple more weeks of drinking and a few more parties.
That's what it is in the gym world. It's the same thing.
Nobody's figured out the college champion yet. I got to do that. And then finally, February 1st, people are, okay, now I'm ready to do it.
Yeah.
And, Beachbody, marketing is that's one of their masteries, right? That's what they do really, really well. They're giving us a gift. I mean, when the pot's going to be the fullest, we're going to go in with the biggest spoon possible to grab as much as we can. But again, it makes it even all that more important for us now to be focusing on that. If you don't start talking about 21-day fix until February, all of your followers and fans in your circle are going to be like, oh, what's this brand new program? By the time they figure it out, you miss the wave.
Yeah.
If you're talking about it now, like Don was talking about with his gym, you know, you're talking about marketing, what you're going to do in January now, you start leaking the words. You know, before the iPhone 6 came out, right, Apple made sure 3 months before everybody was talking about it and whispering about it and leaking about it, so that when it does finally come out, everybody's primed for it. You have to think the same way with your own business. And same thing for Insanity Max 30. And it's almost like we should have been ahead of that one already, and hopefully you have been. But that's going to be the one to push through the holiday season. Insanity right now is actually the #1 selling program that we have. It's surpassed P90X. T25 did phenomenal. Sean T's just got an amazing draw right now. He's the face right now. He really is. Yeah. So capitalizing on that through the holidays is, you know, you got to ride the horses that are running. Don't be stuck on a program when the new horse is coming out of the stables. Make sure that you are on that horse, which means even over the next couple of weeks, Insanity Max 30. If you haven't started talking about it yet, now's the time. Get it on your Facebook pages, get it on your web pages, get it, be talking about it with people, so that when it does come out, you're ready to take advantage of that. That Christmas spike, December in our business, and you're going to hear people talking about it. You know, mark my words, write it down right now. The team page is going to be going crazy, like the second, third week of December, with volume spikes. And you're going to hear people saying, highest paycheck I've ever gotten. Oh my God, I never saw numbers like that. We see it every single December. And it's because we come out with some brand new hot program and we make that the holiday rush. Yeah. This year, it's Insanity Max 30. Secrets out.
Big time. And, you know, also this concept of preparing guys, like just, you know, what I'm doing right now personally, I am talking to multiple locations to set up my Fit Club host site for January, and I'm taking it to the New Jersey market where I'm trying to work it. I've got our gym business, and then where Tammy and I are near New York City, I'm saying, you know what, I want to tap into this market, so I'm looking for a host site for a Fit Club. But once I nail down the site, I'm going to begin my marketing and my, you know, I'll put together flyers and illustrations to get it out to the community that this is a free community-based fit club that's going to start meeting in January. So I'm preparing all that now because Dave Ward did a great call with Team Eternal Fit about a week or two ago. And the thing that I loved most on the call was he said, when opportunity knocks, it's too late to prepare.
Absolutely. That's a good one. That's a good, I like that.
When opportunity knocks, it's too late to prepare. So that knocking of January is huge. But if you're like, okay, it's January, I'm going to start putting together my challenge group and start planning for my fit club, it's too late. Now is when you start doing it. And, you know, you all have access to the marketing piece we created for a December challenge group. You know, after trimming the turkey, trim the fat. Looking for 10 or more people that are looking to lose weight during the or maintain or control their weight during the holidays, and then take their health and fitness up a whole new level in January. You know, that invitation I think is a powerful one, and use it, run with it, or modify it and personalize it and tweak it to your own, you know, to whatever it is that you're doing. So
and Don, one more thing too, just to throw out there again, just sort of making sure everybody has their radar set. The other big thing that's coming out right around January, right after the first of the year, is the 3-day refresh infomercial. Oh, it's going to be the very first time that Shakeology is going to be on TV. I've been waiting for this one myself for like 3 years. We've been hearing about Shakeology's coming to TV. It's finally coming, and it's going to be coming through the 3-day refresh. Huge. And again, knowing the products that you have, knowing what the hot things are going to be, 3-day refresh is something that I'm talking up big time right now.
Yeah.
Exactly for like what you just said, okay, put on some fat over Thanksgiving. Guess what? I can help you get it off the week after.
Yeah.
You need to get yourself ready for a Christmas party that you're nervous about going to. I can help you. And give me 1 week and we'll get the 3-day refresh in your house and going. Again, get that on the tip of your tongue, because what happens in this business is people usually don't give a knee-jerk reaction, yes, let me buy that product. What happens is they see it on an infomercial, or their neighbor or a cousin or somebody else says, oh, I'm doing that. And they're like, oh yeah, Bob talked to me about that thing a couple months ago. Maybe I should talk to him about that.
Yeah. You
got to plant the seeds now, because when that 3-day refresh infomercial comes out and there's Shakeology, they'll be like, that's that thing Donnie's always talking about. It's on TV.
Wow, that's huge.
And all of a sudden people are going, Don, I saw that thing on TV, man. What is that?
Yeah.
Somehow people think if they see it on TV, it's legit. If they don't see it on TV,
yeah, right.
God,
Yeah, especially the way Beachbody markets it on TV. I mean, they're geniuses in their marketing. You sit there and you watch those infomercials. You've seen them 100 times, but you still sit there and watch it over and over and over. So I forgot about that. The fact that Shakeology is going to be part of an infomercial for 3-day refresh, gosh, to not be Emerald going into January is just, that's like a big ouch, because you're just missing all of those potential customer leads that are coming into all the Emeralds. It's huge. It's huge. All right. Hey guys, so anyone else want to chime in, ask questions, bring information? Go for it. I'm scanning the globe here. I'm looking for hands to wave in front of the camera. Shannon, Bonnie, you good? Nice. All right. Going once, twice. Okay. Just, you know what? I'll summarize. Bob gave a lot of really powerful information. If you're a brand new coach, you know what the goals of our Coach Basics training have been from the beginning of November. It was to hit Success Club in November and, if possible, get to the rank of Emerald. If you can't make that happen in November, then you have the whole month of December. It's through your 2 invitations a day. It's the 3 vital behaviors. It's everything that we've talked about in the training thus far to make that happen. That positions you for January and the influx of thousands of customers, millions of customers coming into the network. The customer lead program is what I normally would have talked about this evening during this hangout. I will bring in the customer lead program education during the final days of Coach Basics that we're moving into. So I will be sharing with you, once you get to the rank of Emerald, how do you communicate with all these customer leads that Beachbody gives to you? How do you open up the doors and introduce yourself? How do you start building rapport with them and inviting them to your future challenge groups and getting them to consider the coach opportunity? All that stuff will be talked about during, or will be, education will be given during the final days of Coach Basics. But just the customer lead program is so important for rocking your Beachbody business, especially moving into January. For existing coaches that maybe already have a bit of a downline, like Bob said, you want to create an Emerald City. Having your coaches at the rank of Emerald qualifying for all those customer leads, especially if they're hitting Success Club and they've got the Success Club customer leads, that just takes your business to a whole new level when it comes to team volume. And that's the bulk of your business as you really start to grow and move into the future. You're starting out with retail, then you're moving into the world of team cycle bonusing. But you got to have your downline coaches at the rank of Emerald or higher to get all those thousands of customers injected into your organization. And it happens almost in a miraculous way, because I know for me, this will be my I signed up January of 2012. So this will really be my third time experiencing the January spike. And I can remember last year being like, okay, I'm excited for this. But then all of a sudden it was like the volume of my business went well beyond what I expected it to, because of the fact that I had so many downline coaches who had achieved the rank of Emerald. They were getting injected with all these customer leads. And as those customer leads continued to buy Beachbody programs, all of that resulted in volume in my organization. So it just becomes exponential. So make it happen, guys. Sign up a family member with a challenge pack or an HD, and just get 2 people under you to become coaches and get them active. It'll mean a world of difference to your business.
So Don, can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, excuse me. Kim just had a great question on the chat section.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay.
She said, how do you encourage those new coaches to go and get Emerald? And, in my experience, the very best way to do that is I always reach out and sort of try to find out where the interest is. And coaches who really show an interest in my organization to get to Emerald, and by showing interest, I mean more than just say, yeah, I want to do it, but actually, are willing to put in some effort, I'll team up with them. And by team up with them, I mean, basically, I will do their business for them in the beginning, with them there with me, with the goal of sort of like training wheels.
Yeah.
I'm the best training wheel I can provide to one of my new coaches. And then I'll sort of do it with them, trying to get to the point where I can send them off on their own. Yeah. But in the beginning, it's way more. I talk to coaches all the time and say, I can't get people on my team to do anything. And what I say to those people is, it's more than just calling them up or Facebooking them and saying, hey, good, get to Emerald. Why haven't you gotten to Emerald yet? Hurry up and get to Emerald. You need to really get involved in what they're doing. If they're local, you guys are all part of the Greg Plaskett world. So I'm sure you guys know Greg, but Greg and Lou and those guys, they built great success because they drove all over the place doing shake and shares for their personal sponsored coaches. They didn't tell them to do it. They showed up at their neighborhood and did the shake and share for them.
Yeah.
Did the whole presentation for them. That's the best thing that you can do, is really partner with your coaches, because every one of them that you can turn to Emerald is gold for you.
Yeah.
That's really the next place that your business grows to. Once you learn how to do this, then you become a training wheel, which means that once you learn how to do the presentation, how to be comfortable sharing what it is that we share, then what happens is you do it not only for the prospects that you can find, but you do it with the prospects that your business partners, meaning your downline, can find.
Yep.
And when I was really, really, really active, building my business, like really, really going crazy with it, I was talking to prospects all day long.
Yeah,
they weren't all people I was finding.
Yeah.
There were people I was finding, and there were people that anybody in my organization who was willing to build was finding. Yeah. And I'll tell you, it does 2 things. It helps your downline coaches, and it also helps you, because you get really, really good at the things you practice all the time.
Yeah,
and if you're only doing the presentation to the people that you can find, then you're limited. Your goal should be presenting this business all day long, every day, to whoever you can, because you're going to get better at it, and you're going to pack your organization with people. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does. And, one of the things, guys, like Bob was saying, when I originally became a coach, that's all I did was recruit. I just talked with everybody because I believed so much in how this company was built. And the fact that, and you really put it into layman's terms with some very powerful things about the company that most people take for granted. To be able to say to somebody, hey, you know what, Shannon? I'm involved in this company, Beachbody, as a coach, and I think you would be really, really good at it. Because one of the things that they do that no other company does, they give you customers to work with. Like, just saying something like that to someone, guys, is going to get them to go, wow, and you think I would be good at it? Yeah, I think you'd be really good at it. And the fact that they give you customers, what other company does that? I'd love to share more with you. As a matter of fact, our team is having a presentation on what coaching is all about, and what a great time of year to consider it, because you know what? In January, they hit record numbers in terms of the customers that come into the business. So I'd love for you to attend this business presentation on what Beachbody coaching is all about. It can be done part-time. You earn some supplemental income and you're helping people get healthy and fit. You know, like, it's just a natural thing that rolls off your tongue. But don't forget, instead of getting all caught up in, oh gosh, you know, I got to talk to this person about signing up in a multi-level marketing company, park it and just be like, look, man, I signed up with this company, Beachbody, and I'm so blown away by how it's structured. And the more I think about it, I think you'd be awesome at this. One of the things that the company does that I can't believe is they give you free customers. So now your business is fueled with customers that you would not have gotten with any other company. It's just these fundamental things that get people to go, really? Well, how does that work? I'd love to share more with you. Jump on this business opportunity that our team is doing. It's going to be done in December. So I'm just throwing out some language that maybe you can use as you're talking to people, guys, to recruit and get people to attend the Coach Opportunity webinar that we put together. So didn't mean to go on a tangent there, but you know, I know as Bob's talking, it's, if you're a new coach, you're like, well, that's easy for him to do. He's got a downline of 10,000 people. But he started where we all are. He just did all the right things, and every one of us on this team can do the same thing. Some of us are in the process of doing it. All right. Anyone else have anything they want to add? Yeah, cool. Bonnie.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Hey.
Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, Bonnie, you're loud and clear.
Okay. I saw Keith Callahan had posted something about him creating a training for presenting the business opportunity. And I was just wondering when that's going to be available. Do you have any idea?
Keith, he said it was going to be in another day or two, that he was going to reach out to everybody who expressed interest. Is that right, Bob?
Yeah. My understanding is he's putting together something that he's sharing through his personal website, and that's going to be available in the next day or two. It's kind of like the top 9 tips. And what he did is, Keith and I shared the same mentor back in the beginning, and he gave us sort of a plan of or an outline of presenting the business opportunity, and Keith's done a really, really good job of refining that. So if you're not already on his list to get that information, you definitely want to respond to that Facebook post that he put up there so that you can get that. It will be very helpful, and that should be coming out in the next day or two.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm really looking forward to that. The Diamond Dash training has been amazing, and they gave a little bit of some tips of sharing the business opportunity with that, as far as just sharing some snippets instead of just, vomiting everything all over them at one time. And so I think that will be helpful, but I think hearing Keith Callahan's training and knowing exactly which snippets to say first and what order to say things in will be really beneficial to a lot of especially our new coaches, but even, experienced coaches who, kind of doesn't have a niche of how to present it just yet, and just doesn't. I do it different ways depending on who I'm speaking to, but I would love to have a more perfected routine of how I share it with people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the other point to make in all this, guys, is that 2015 New Year's resolutions. Yeah, it's a time of year when everybody's looking to get healthy and fit and lose weight. But it's also a time of year where a lot of people stop and evaluate their lives, their careers, their income. Do they want to make a change in their life? So Beachbody coaching is a big change for a lot of people. So it's a good time to plant seeds about this business opportunity. The New Year's coming. Hey, if you want to change, you're looking for a change in 2015, join our team.
Absolutely. Hey, Don, as I'm sitting here, I also thought of one more thing back to, Kim's question on how do you help new people who want to become Emerald and how do you get them there by the end of the year. Greg Plaskett did a great video. I think it's up on his YouTube channel maybe or something about the benefits of signing your spouse.
Yes.
The road to Emerald. And we've got a couple of different team trainings that go over that. And this is, and again, I'm always somebody who's thinking of this business first and building a business. Sign a spouse, sign a grandmother, a grandfather, a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, whatever it takes. Because let's face it, your $100 a month to run your business, sign a relative for, on a vitamin pack for $42 a month. And now you're just running a business that your overhead is $150 a month. Yep. Now you're only looking for one more person. And heck, the truth is you had another relative and you really couldn't figure out how to get there by the end of December. Then, you can arm one of your new coaches by helping them get to Emerald even that way. Because, and again, when I'm talking to prospects, I'm always saying, look, even if it costs you $200 a month, is that really a big investment to start a business that, 2-3 years from now can be way into the six figures? Right. Because that's what this business opportunity is. So that's one thing that you can share with people too. And not everybody's going to be hip to that. And I understand that. For me, the first day I signed up, I was Emerald. Yeah. Because I signed up myself, I signed up my wife, and I signed up my best friend. And it was all on me because I was like, great, $200 a month. I'm running with this thing. I'm gonna put at least $200 a month into it. Yeah. And here I am 5 years later, and I'm looking at potentially hitting 7 figures this year. So that's what you're talking about. Is that worth a $200 investment? Yeah, I think so.
Especially if you're gonna hit Success Club in December. If you're hitting Success Club in December and you're not at Emerald, all those Success Club customer leads that you wouldn't get in January, I mean, that's free commission that's coming into your business in January.
Yeah, that could cover it for you right there.
Exactly. Yep, good point. All right, guys, this has been great, and hopefully you have some really good stuff to take away from this. Like I said, we'll get back to the remainder of the Coach Basics education to finish out the group. I will be putting together the marketing piece for inviting prospects to the Coach Opportunity webinar in December, and we'll go from there. If anybody has any questions, reach out. Anything else anybody wanted to add before we part ways? We're good? All right, Bob, as always, thanks a million, man. Your insight and your wisdom is very much appreciated.
Thank you, man. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, good night, guys. Start dreaming about December and January. We'll see you soon. Bye.